Martin! So my wife didn't get to come with me now. We've been married for 12 years. And woo! And I married out of my league, and I've just accepted me and her riding around together. Folks just think I drive for Uber. Actually, I'm a manager at Planet Fitness. Yeah, laugh all you want. Post your child to the judgment-free zone. I'm going to check, make sure my buttons are all still there. Okay, we're good. Had a lady come in the other day, and she was just like, I'd like to speak with the trainer. I said, well, our trainer's not here, but can I help you? She just looked at me, she was like, I'll pass. So, as I was telling you, me and my wife's been married for 12 years. Actually, when we got married, we only knew each other for 4 months. Yeah, that's about the same amount of time it takes to grow a watermelon. Put a lot of thought into that one. Now, I will say that we did wait 6 months before we bought a new couch, because that's an investment. You don't want to get stuck with a lousy couch. You know, in 12 years, you know, you hope to have the same spouse, but you know you're going to have the same couch, so choose wisely. And that's what you call crossing the line. But folks ask, they're like, why did you move so quick? You know, did you just know she was the one? I was like, well, actually, I put a profile on eHarmony, and it said it would send me a list of people I'm compatible with. And it said, due to your answers, there's no one that you're compatible with. It's no big deal. I'm a positive person. I was like, well, you know, there's just not a high demand for somebody who describes himself as hardworking, strong build, with childbearing hips. He looked and he's like, you know, he does have childbearing hips. We got 2 kids, you know, we got a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old, and, you know, people ask me, they're like, you know, you guys gonna have a 3rd child? And I'm like, man, those first 2 wrecked my body. The other day my wife texted me, she said, I'm going to bed, I'm expecting. I was like, that's a very nonchalant way to tell a guy he's about to start mowing yards again. And I was like, what? And she's like, I'm exhausted. I was like, okay, predictive texts just want to mess with me a little bit. But no, you know, of course, a lot of us probably gained that Corn 15, and so started working on that. Started walking 2 miles every day. That's I'd say so far. I've lost my hat. I think I set it down at McDonald's. But I like going there because I'm going to be tempted to eat ice cream, because that machine's not going to be working. Yeah, we know. Yeah. In fact, if it is, it throws you off. It's a little confusing, you know. You kind of feel like a Jehovah's Witness when they open the door. It's like, I didn't expect it to get this far. You'll never be the same trying to get ice cream. Would you like a pamphlet? I mean, you'll know you want vanilla button. But one thing that was great, though, with last year, I was very thankful to have a very supportive spouse. And, you know, she kept an eye on the job market for me, because the gym did shut down for a couple months. And I missed like 3 workouts. And so she was like, hey, they're looking for contact tracers. I was like, well, what's that? She's like, well, find out somebody has COVID. You just see who they go to church with, who they work with, get their information. Oh, I got furious. I was like, that is an invasion of our rights and our privacy. She's like, yeah, they pay like $20 an hour. I was like, oh, do I wear a mask when I call people? I've got questions about last year that were never answered. You know, those mystery seeds from China, you know the ones? Did we ever find out what they were? You know, if that ends up being kudzu, so, we're going to have to retaliate. we're going to have to retaliate with something just as annoying and impossible to get rid of. And I recommend we send Taylor Swift. Uh-oh. She likes a good ice cream joke, but don't mess with Taylor Swift. I had no idea. So I'm going to back away from that. Taylor, I got the next song you got to write about a guy. I know you didn't date him, but you can still talk smack about him. But the positive though, came from last year. Those stimulus checks. Now, come on, it's why not? I'm a guy of simple means. Don't have to have a lot of money thrown at me. In fact, I just want to kind of get to a place financially in my life where I can see a couch on the side of the road, just not look back at it. Somebody in this room has that couch in their house right now. Some of y'all are thinking, he needs to hurry and wrap up because there's a nice couch sitting out there. Got some ideas from Pinterest for that one. But also, too, a thing I found, because there weren't a lot of options to do, when things were shut down, my family just loved hanging out at Dollar General. Dollar General country. Only makes sense that the new headquarters was built right beside the old headquarters, just sticking to their plan. But I like supporting a business. When you go in there and ask for the bathroom key, they hand you a nunchuck. That's what I like. And I like they stayed true to their business model. They really did. A lot of other places hired on extra folks to count people and check for masks. And I'm like, Dollar General's like, no, we got a system. We got 2 people on shift at all times. We got 1 person on the register. 1 person on the register. 1 person on a smoke break. Folks were worrying about all these different shortages we've had, toilet paper, paper towels, Lysol. The thing I'm worried about, it seems we must have a shortage of cash, like physical cash. Like I went to a few ATMs on the way in, all of them, insufficient funds. I'm like, my ward, what are you doing? I need some money. The gas prices keep going up. In fact, if they get any higher, they're going to have to go on tour with Willie Nelson. And,
what you did there.
We got some Willie fans in the house, but, we want to do something fun with the kids the other day, so I was like, well, let's fill up the truck and take them somewhere fun. So once we filled it up, we just had to go right back to the house, play Monopoly. But I got a 10-year-old, 7-year-old, and a 10-year-old, all the sweetest thing. Now my kids, they keep me humble. Kids will do that. She came up to me the other day, she gave me a big hug. I'm a hugger. She gave me a big hug, and she's like, oh, Daddy, you've lost some weight. And I was like, thank you, sweetheart. She's like, yeah, usually when I run up and hug you, I bounce a little more. But didn't this time, And then my little guy, we like to play outside and have a good time. He's like, you can hide, but you can't run. I'm like, oh, that's right. We pastored a church. We started a church 8 years ago called New Mercy. When we started off, since we weren't musicians, we played like those YouTube videos. It's got like the song and the lyrics. And I'm going to tell you, if you want to throw a wet blanket on a good worship song, you let an ad pop up for Bart Durham. I ran into him at Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, he looks like a corpse, but he's a good guy. My son, he likes to sing songs, but he doesn't always get the words right. He's 7 now, so he doesn't always get the words right. Like the other day, he was riding in the truck, and he's like, in the sweet by and by, when we meet at that same country store. I'm like, his version of heaven, they have R.C. Cullen moon pies. He's singing another one. He's like, when the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. Whoop, there it is. Whoop. I was like, all right, son, you're off the platform now. Do you have that going on? Last story I'll tell you guys, and I'll turn it back to my friend Halls. But, we're in the South. We're in Tennessee. We raise our kids with godly principles, biblical principles, and also based off college football. And my daughter, she's 10, so we told her, hey, in 20 years when you start dating, he wants you to find a guy who is a UT Vols fan. Any Vols fans in the room?
Oh, yeah.
Out of 51, that's about right. Yeah. And so we decided that would be a good principle to live by, because if it's rough for the first 10 years, he'll stay loyal. Any Alabama fans in the room? Woo! All right. So I'm afraid my house is going to be divided, because my little guy, I'm sure he is an Alabama fan. Because the other day he asked me, he said, Dad, when will I get to marry my sister? I was like, you going to bed now, little baby, roll tide, roll tide. It's been so much fun hanging out with y'all. Thank you.